allergy sufferer, or when you are someone who has a sensitivity to certain things in the diet, it can be very, very uncomfortable for your system. So we're going to talk about what you need to be eating and putting into your system if this is you.
Yeah, so let's set the record straight first of all, and we've heard this before, but I'm going to shove it down your throat, literally and figuratively. Eat your fruits and veggies, folks. This is where it starts with the immune system. At early age, and a lot of us, if we're moms and fathers, we're getting our kids fruits and vegetables, but not usually feeding ourselves. So here I'm going to lay the facts out. Journal of Epidemiology, which is a huge medical journal, just this February came out with a really well done study. 2.1 million people across the globe were looked at, and stuff we already know, but I'm going to drive it home. They were looked at insofar as how much they're eating, fruits and veggies wise. If they were eating at least 7 to 10 servings, get this, a 24% reduction in heart disease. Okay, that's huge.
That's a big deal.
33% reduction in stroke. All right. A 31% reduction in all-cause mortality. And a 14% reduction in cancer.
Wow.
Okay, so that sounds daunting to a lot of folks, eating 10 servings of fruits and vegetables every day.
Food is medicine.
It's absolutely, let food be thy medicine, an old Edison quote. There it is, folks, the whole color of the rainbow, red, orange, yellow, green, blue, and purple, all right? Ultimately, that is equivalent to, 1 cup is equivalent to 2 servings. And we need to get this in our diet, either in a soup form, fresh form, or however we can, in order to reduce all of these diseases and establish a healthy immune system.
So all of these in a day, and that's actually not that daunting.
It's not that bad at all. You make a salad and a soup, and ultimately there you have about 6 servings. Or, and this is why I'm featuring these guys, I love Sunripe, and I've always been a big fan, but now they have this fruit source, which is a really nice, convenient bar. Which is, by the way, hypoallergenic. There's nothing but fruits and vegetables in here, okay? We'll talk about there being no gluten momentarily, but there's no other preservatives or artificial, and this is 2 servings of fruits and vegetables, so basically equivalent to 1 whole cup in 1 bar, okay?
So that's good.
And where we're all concerned about sensitivities, okay, things like gluten, and we're looking toward a gluten-free option these days, they have gluten-free oats. I'm gonna drive this home in a moment, what grains actually have gluten attributing to our sensitivities, okay? And where we're stressing out about not having nuts in our stuff and other kids in our classroom, so it's free of and devoid of all of that stuff. So get that in your kid's lunchbox and take one to work as well. So when
I find it's really tough to find the snacks that can go in the lunchboxes these days, so it's nice if you can find something that is going to be, peanut-free and gluten-free and all those things, so that,
So here it is with allergies versus sensitivities. We all know, and a lot of children, unfortunately, have the full-blown allergy to, like, let's say the peanut, okay? Full-blown anaphylaxis, which is the inability to breathe, you're swelling up, you're hiving up.
It's scary.
It's scary, it's an emergency, okay? Most of us would already know by now if we had a full-blown allergy. But then there are sensitivities, which range from very mild to very extreme. And an extreme sensitivity is actually very much like a mild allergy. The difference being it is normally in the gut. So gut issues. 6 million of us Canadians suffer from irritable bowel syndrome, which is typically
6 million.
6 million.
No, I didn't realize that.
6 million. And here's where it is with gluten. So I'm going to set the record straight here. So a lot of us are avoiding gluten, but we don't really know. So 1 in 100, that's 1%, have full-blown celiac. But here's what's more shocking. Of that 97% don't even know it. They're walking around with a non-life-threatening form of celiac, which is a full-blown response to gluten. And here's where gluten is. And remember it is this, okay, folks? Browse, your eyebrows, B-R-O-W-S. Barley, rye, oats, spelt, and of course wheat. Okay? Browse. That's what we want to avoid if we're going gluten-free. And if we don't know it, ask your doctor to check for this. Your doctor can run a celiac screen, but also food sensitivity screen. They're entirely different, but they plague us.
Usually a sensitivity as well, you don't get it right away. Like if you get the bee sting or you get the peanut, you right away you blow up. But if it's a sensitivity, it's over a few hours. You're like, oh my God, there's a little bit of rumble and the jumble.
What did I just eat? Yeah, what did I just eat? But no, actually, and you're a very good point. Thank you for bringing it up. It's what you probably had yesterday for breakfast, not what you're having just now.
Yeah, it takes a little while to work its way through.
Absolutely. So once again, reiterating, establish a healthy immune system with a rainbow of fruits and vegetables. Get it in multiple forms. Pack a salad, pack a soup, and often you can freeze these things and warm them back up.
Absolutely.
Grab a bar, and again, what you want to look for is what's not in a bar, and this is just fruits and vegetables. And then start to look at whether you have food sensitivities and frankly low-grade allergies, which may be hidden with your family doctor. Sometimes I will just throw in there that these kinds of they're unnecessary to the body in the beginning. So
Right.
we need to have less flour, less processed foods. Whole grains are okay, but there's this whole movement coming out right now, paleo. We've heard of this.
Oh my gosh,
Paleo
yeah.
is really, it's not about eating a burger for lunch and a steak for dinner and having bacon for breakfast.
Yeah,
That's a
too bad.
distorted. But what it is identifying that over the last 30,000 years is the only time in our history of hundreds of millions of years that we've even eaten grains.
Okay.
Because ultimately our immune systems aren't really used to that. Only the last 30,000 years we've been developing.
new.
They're new.
They're
They've got
new.
phytic acid in them and these, lactic or lectins rather,
Yes.
that ultimately stimulate the immune system, provoking the immune system to acting in irrational ways.
That's interesting. I never saw it that way.
Yeah.
I just used to say, stay away from my bread. I'm eating it. That's how I saw
You can
it.
love
I'm gonna
bread.
eat the bread.
Everything in moderation.
Yeah.
Check yourself with your family doctor if you do have a sensitivity, and frankly an allergy, of course, but a sensitivity, and you rid of those foods. It's not what's healthy or not healthy.
Right.
It's simply what your body doesn't like, but you get that out of your system,
You're
you are
gonna
a
feel
far
free and
healthier
easy.
person. You're going to be trimmer, you're going to be stronger,
Yeah.
more mentally clear.